Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, with 141 Division. Today, I would like to talk about not just a video game, but an idea. And hopefully, this idea brings you guys inspiration as what I once wanted and now I finally have. And I'm just so excited that I'm most likely going to mess up on my words. So I just ask that you forgive me in advance because I'm basically fangirling over this entire thing. I was able to create an app. This app acts as a central hub across all players, across all platforms, because it's not linked to anything specifically. Unless if you have a computer, then you can just use your phone. I wanted to create a central hub for my gaming community, gaming organization, whatever it is that you guys want to call it. But if you are a part of a gaming community or organization, take this, get this idea, and run with it. If you're not the person that's running this organization, definitely get in touch with your leaders or the people who are also running it and maybe give them the idea as well, because maybe it could help you guys increase the immersion that much more. And not just for immersion, for actual physical data, for people who want to keep in touch with everything that they do on their organization and increase communication. Because obviously, if you get told by your leader, hey, we're doing this, and then you tell 14 other guys, they're not going to hear it the same as what you heard it. So with this, you're able to also do that as well. And everyone is connected, regardless of platform, all that stuff. I'm going to stop talking and get into this because I could talk all day. And I don't want to talk your guys' ear off. So this central hub or tactical ops command center that I created was made for my gaming organization. I personally enjoy organizing, and I also love databases and military, since I'm actually in the military. So I thought, why not mush all that stuff together and to be able to create something very nice and intuitive for my organization. And so I did. I created an app. Now, if you guys are wondering what app I did it on, I will get to that in a minute. But here is your little hint. Build apps with AI in minutes, or base 44. But I will get to that in a minute here. I'm going to show you guys everything that I have created within the app itself, starting with the dashboard and your overall view. See, I told you about my English, right? Did you guys know that my original language was Spanish? So you guys can't make fun of me. All right. Anyway, this is an overall view of everything that we got going on within the app itself. The most critical components. It shows games tracked, active missions, total personnel, which I only have 10 right now. I'm still trying to curl the herd or whatever the hell those people say. I'm still trying to find all my peeps, all right? They play a lot of video games. They're all over the place. And, we're all adults, so we have lives. It's hard to get in contact with some of them. And you also have combat effectiveness. Clicking on combat effectiveness, it shows overall effectiveness of the app itself. Now, this is me creating everything from scratch with the help of AI. But I wanted to do two key factors, which I could add later on, but I only have 10 people, so I wanted to keep it simple. Soldier activity, which measures soldier engagement over the last 14 days, and that increases it up to 50%. And then missions completed, which is a total of 3, in order to further increase it up to 14 or 50%, which is 100%. Yeah, numbers, right? And it also teaches you how to improve it as well. So this basically just shows all my personnel and myself. Okay, people are going into the app, they're getting stuff done, they are staying connected, they're all that fun stuff, right? So dashboard is dashboard. It also shows active missions in detail rather than just up here, and your track games as well. Now, going into announcements, there's nothing really much to talk about here. It's just announcements. But you could set it up in very specific ways. So then you could have like alerts or notifications go out to those users who are active on your website or app. So then they could stay up to date with organizational stuff, right? Or clan or community, whatever it is you guys call yourself. And it's pretty simple, right? Title, content, your priority. If you put it on a high or critical, it sends that message out immediately rather than your hourly or end of the day report. You could pin the announcement, and you could also do visual briefings with images or videos. So that's fun. Now, going over to the personnel tab, I made sure to spend hours creating this personnel tab because I wanted everything to feel very immersive when people wind up joining and they're able to create their profile. And as you can see, all my personnel did not do that yet. Granted, I just made this app like 2 days ago, so don't hate on them. Give them time. Except for that guy. Fire that guy. Anyway, we'll go down over to mine because I took the time in order to make sure that everything worked, but it also worked out as well. So this is my current profile. As you can see, it says I'm on leave, but that's because I'm not clocked into the scheduling tab right now, so it just says on leave. Shows my call sign, which you could name yourself whatever you want on this. You could also click edit, so you can edit at any time. Shows your rank, your role, missions that you have been on, which I'm only on 2 right now, but give me some time. That's going to increase. Your current enlistment date, which you could change to any time, really. You could even put your birthday, doesn't matter. And your commendations with personal notes. Clicking on it will get you a more interactive view on that personnel's profile. Let's go ahead and wait for it to show up here. So obviously you could have a background. You could have your profile picture if you wish. It'll show you active missions, combat ready efficiency, your awards, missions, your ID, personnel profile, combat effectiveness. What I put specifically for my organization is that they just log in a couple of times within the last 7 days, gets them up to 50%. And then the second one is complete at least one mission. I don't know why it just says mission within the last, or maybe participated, who knows. I'm still figuring some of this stuff out. I don't have all of it down, but like 90%. Then it shows personal information and then your personal notes. It even shows the mission summary dossier, which shows that I am currently on an active mission. I will show you guys that in a moment. And my after action reports for said missions. Success, failed, or surrendered because he ran away and he got scared, whatever the case may be. And availability schedule. Now that is really about it, but I think that this is very nice. So in your organization, especially if you get a lot of people who don't know everybody in that organization, they could click on profiles and be like, oh, look at this guy, he looks pretty cool, or maybe I'm going to be working with this guy next week. I fucking hate him. Let me check to see what I can use against them, whatever the case may be, right? So going over to the rankings tab, this one used to be a score-based system, but I did not want that for my organization because I don't want my guys to feel like they have to compete against each other point by point doing things, because then, it's just crazy, all right? That wasn't what it was meant for, so I got rid of the point system, but it does show their missions and their commendations. So as they make missions, go on missions, and complete those missions, it will show up here. So as my one recruit, Braden X, he has currently already completed 2 missions as of right now. Good job, Braden, if you're seeing this video. Commendations, I didn't make anything for that specifically. It's just kind of like me editing because I know that he did a great job. But you could implement a system that tracks their progress throughout the app and will also send maybe an approval request from the app itself to admins or to you directly if you create this and be like, hey, this guy's doing good work. Maybe throw him a dog bone. Right? Now, getting into the missions. This is one of the 3 core reasons why I created this database, was something like this. Now, we all have a lot of friends, all right? At least I hope you do, because I hope. They all play games, I hope. With that being said, maybe not everyone is currently on the same platform, right? That is not to worry. They can still have a computer, use the internet, and log into this so then we can all share the same type of data. Or maybe they're working on opposite schedules as you and they also need to stay in the loop. It could be for any game like D&D. I know that a lot of people play that. I personally have never played it, but you get what I'm talking about, right? So, mission control. Any single user could wind up creating a mission. Simple as just clicking on that button right there. They can click and make the mission name or operation code name. Select the game that is currently within the database itself, and I will show you how I did that in order to add said game, because as you can see, you can't just type anything here. It has to be within the app system. Description, you could even add extra details if you know what kind of mission objective is going to happen. So this is good for like squad leaders who need a lot more information, and for those people who are extremely immersive, like I've seen some people on Armor Reforger, they go fucking crazy on that stuff. And I don't blame them. If you got a video game, why not? Go all out, right? Enemy intel, operational parameters. And it also shows the status stages pending approval in the event that you want admins to be the ones to only start missions, planning, active, completed, failed, or on hold. Their priority, which obviously, as I said before, if you put it on high or critical, it will send an immediate alert out to all of the current users within the app itself or website. Start date and end date, so you know when these are going to be happening. And your objectives, which you could add stuff specifically. Conquer. Forgot how to spell conquer, guys. Hold on a second. Work with me here. Conquer the bedroom. I don't know. Something, right? Something random. But you can add it, and then you know that that is an objective in order to complete their overall mission. And then if you know that you and let's say my homie Devil Dog are going to be on this specific mission, you could click on him as well, and he will automatically be added to that roster, which upon completing this, that mission will go in as a token towards his profile, as I showed you guys before. Really cool thing, right? Then if you want to, you could create additional notes and even visual debriefings, which I think is extremely nice. So showing you guys an existing one, if I click on it, this is for Humanity, the video that I just made yesterday or the day before. I've been up for a long time, forgive me. So it's either one of those 2 days. And this one is currently active, as you guys can see. And our objective is to locate a radio tower. And these are our objectives. These are the personnel that are assigned to it. The notes, visual briefings, so then we know what we're doing. Currently getting our asses whooped on this, man. That game and those zombies are crazy. And it even lets you create situational reports, so you can create a sit rep in the event that we had another person here and he wasn't on and it was just me and this guy. We have all the information that we provided in our active, patrol, so and everyone is currently updated and they know what's going on. In this case, we suffered casualties and we got messed up because we didn't know that a city would have a large amount of zombies. Who would have thought? Now we know. And now we're waiting for reinforcements later tonight. That's what I'm doing. You could also further submit extra reports. You could submit however much you want, or you could submit the final after action report. So you could have the overall mission as a success, failure, partial success, create and complete these objectives, make a very detailed report if you want to go the extra mile, and also click on the personnel that you know participated, so then they also get the credit on their personal profile. This I spent a lot of time on. Just having something like that as intuitive can help admins, groups, even if you're just doing it with friends. So and you guys know, all right, this dude is on it. All right, they're doing this on that game at this time. Information is key, regardless of what that information is. Now, that's basically about it for our missions. If we go over to scheduling, you guys will see that we currently have active personnel, which is just one. We have a weekly view, we have a calendar view, and then you can even do by player if they set their own times that they're available, right? Cool thing. You could even have a clock in method, which goes all the way back over to the dashboard, and it shows the combat overall effectiveness, which they clock in, it gets added here, 5 out of 10. So then that just brings the percentage up, so then you and everyone else knows, okay, people are on this, they are committed, they are on it doing something, whatever the case may be. And that's really about it for scheduling, right? So going over to the game library, this is what I was talking about earlier. For me, I didn't just let anyone do anything with any game. They have to add it the correct way, so then we could see the game, know the game, because if you don't know what it is, not everyone plays like Star Citizen, for example, but if you wanted to take a look, you can click on it and it shows you everything that I currently have on here. If any information is incorrect, do not worry about that and don't make fun of me, because I did not want to go on Google and find the entire description for this game. They got the name, they can search it up themselves. And further increasing, every single user that joins my server or app, whatever you want to call it, they can add their own games, just as long as they also upload a cover so we can visually see what's going on. Name, platform, genre, even especially if it's cross-platform. So and if you have other people that are on different platforms, they could be like, hey, that one's cross-platform. And now they know that you're active on that game and they could also play with you. Neat stuff, right? Description, release date if you want to be specific on the game itself. And if you know that you and Invisible Souls or Devil Dog are also going to be jumping in on this game and they have it, You could click on that. So any other personnel who join later can be like, all right, I already know that 3 people are playing this game. It's worth me buying it. Now, this is just to show the description and all that stuff, but this is a very integral part because this lets you create missions for these games. And one of my favorite things that is the third and final core piece of why I created this app, Intel. As I said before, information is key, and you can do that in any way, shape, or form that you so choose. And in this case, you could click on, let's say, Humanity. As you guys know, I had an active mission that is still currently going on in the missions tab. I currently have 1 base. This is just regular stuff. Nothing special, right? Now, let's say that you had increased intel on an active mission. If that mission is active, on hold, or pending, guess what? You can click on it. So now this intel knows that it's for this mission. So when people go to the missions tab and they click on it, they have extra intel. This could be very useful for personnel who are currently in an active mission or about to go on an active mission, and that mission has changed because information changes all the time, especially if you're dealing with games like War or Arma Reforger. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. This is very intuitive stuff. You can add any type of intel, title, content. You could even put in strategy, tips, bug reports, news guides, or other in the event that it's not showing up, or if you just want to say, hey, screw you, right? Whatever. The world is your oyster. Have fun with it. You can even upload visual intel. I think that that is amazing. Besides, linking the mission, I think that that's awesome. And that's really about it for the Intel database. Links and info, easy stuff, all right? This so that everyone can post their links for stuff. Like, I'll probably put my YouTube channel right here when I'm not lazy, right? Or maybe after this video. You know, have an About Me page if you want to, and recommendations in the event that anyone else finds bugs, or if they have recommendations for me adding stuff, like more tabs or crazy stuff. Like, one feature that I wanted to add in here that I later did not wind up doing was to add some sort of panic button to where if I click, like, let's say this button right here, it would pull up an emergency tab that would send up an immediate alert to all of my friends that are online so they can see, hey, this guy needs assistance in that game. Fun stuff, right? And then you also have activity feed and then the admin panel, which is, just stuff for me. All right. Not for you. It's for me. Anyway, the reason why I'm showing you this is so that I could give the gaming community an idea, something that they could take and be able to run with it and make it more intuitive. I have been able to create this app so then my organization is more immersive. I don't know if that's the word that I want to know, or stay up to date, be more informed, you know what I mean? Enjoy the database. And you guys can too. If you guys feel like this is something that you guys would really like to do, by all means, go ahead and let's chat in the comments, you know what I mean? Let's talk about ideas. Let's talk about everything I did in order to get into this stuff. And if you guys want to join, by all means, just go ahead and talk to me and we'll get you in as soon as possible. We're always looking for more people, and the more people you play with on video games, the merrier, right? Now, before I end the video, I did want to show you guys what exactly I did. Now, I won't be showing you the active process of how I made this because that might reveal some sensitive information on my part, but I did use Base 44. This was the main AI platform or website, whatever you want to call it, that assisted me in making my idea a reality, and to be able to code so much invasive, detailed, intuitive stuff in such a short time period. I don't know about you guys, but me specifically, I do not have time to learn months of coding in different languages just so that I could try to build this as soon as I'm done learning that stuff, or as I'm learning, and then realize that I made a terrible mistake with coding on line 30 and you're on line 4,832. It's a massive nerve wreck. Now, if you take the time to do that, I only applaud you a million times more. All right, you're beating me in the game, but this is just for games. All right, I love databases, I love organization, I love military stuff, and I love gaming, if I didn't say that already. So I was able to take all that make an idea into reality in such a short time period, and now I could work on editing and getting personnel within the fold of my organization. And last but not least, depending on what type of subscription you wind up getting, you can even activate back end functions. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's like webhooks or APIs. So, and the app could do more. And in this case, I have this app also connected directly with my Discord. I'm leaving Discord somewhat shaved off, so you guys only pay attention to what's important, and not all my sensitive stuff. Not that I really care about it anyway. It shows me active status operation reports. Shows me that I completed a mission earlier. Operation statuses have changed. Shows that people are clocking in. And it also shows me an overall status report by the end of the day. It also sends me one in the morning, which I think is pretty cool. Shows me combat readiness, active personnel, mission statuses. So and we know at least within a ballpark's view what's going on in the app, just so that you could stay that much more connected with your organization. And you could also, not let a week or 5 go by and be like, oh shit, yeah, we had that app, and then your combat effectiveness is 0, right? But yeah, with that being said, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you would like to talk to me directly on things that I took or steps that I took or just conversations that I had with the app building AI, so then I could remotely get to this far. Like I said, it only took me about 2.5, maybe 3 days to finalize all this stuff. Please contact me. I want to talk to you guys about this stuff. I would love nothing more than to be able to share this information even further, so then gaming organizations, or even if it's just you and a couple of buddies, could just enjoy some kind of cool, intuitive system like this. Now, not everyone is going to be on board. I have some friends who don't really care for this stuff, and that's completely fine. This is just something that I enjoy because of the level of immersion. My organization, I love databases, especially when they're military style, and this also helps me stay informed on what other people are winding up doing, especially if you do serious games. Like, for example, D&D. You have a couple of people who play on that, yet someone was not able to make it. You can go into your missions tab, you can create that mission for D&D, that this happened, that did that, make a situation report, and you could even complete it out, so then they're informed and up to date. Because I know that people who play in D&D are serious, and Lord knows if I ever have the ability to have the mental capacity to play that game, then it's going to be a great time, I'm sure of it, but I cannot play D&D right now. Anyway, I don't want to talk anymore of you guys' ear off. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. This information, anything that you guys want me to see, and anything you guys want me to play, explore, scout, review, doesn't matter. Let's get talking. Let's get into this stuff. Let's get information out there. I have dedicated 141 division so then we can get laughs in, get gameplay, get reviews in, all in a military-esque manner, because I know it's not just me who likes that type of shit out there. I know that there's a lot of other people. So if you guys have a minute, help me out with the YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate it. And with that all being said, personnel, make sure you stay gaming, all right? Don't let your spouse tell you otherwise. Catch you guys later.